So I'm now going to cut right on the back edge of the glass out as much as you can. Bag it as if you were applying a PPF. I own a company called Shades Wraps, worked with all sorts of different materials. Obviously this dry apply PPF, everyone's been waiting a long time for this to come out. This film comes with a cap sheet, just like most of the other films. I've already pre-cut this roughly to the right size. You can apply this film wet as well if you like. Just like a little mist of water works quite nicely. So I'm just roughly tacking it to the panel here, so we can fully release the liner. So you can be quite relaxed with this material, you don't need to rush it too much. The air release does work really nicely. So we just want to try and glass the material out as much as we can. As I mentioned, this is quite a curved bonnet, so we just want to try and stretch the material with the curvature as much as we can. Anyone in the PPF industry will understand the principle of stretching along your cut lines, so you're trying to never stretch against where you're cutting. So as you can see, it's really forgiving. Glass out as much as you can. So obviously haven't squeezed anything out just yet, just trying to get the material to sit quite flat. So we've got a nice even stretch over the whole bonnet. Now we can go along with a squeegee or a glove. Both work nicely. If you've got a squeegee, ideally something a bit flexible and soft. So it's just, we'll go with the concave of the material quite well. And a good technique I've figured out with dry apply PPF is when you're applying it, most people will treat it like a wrap and they'll push the material, but if you drag it as if you were applying a PPF, this makes it even easier. So any air you get trapped, you can flick out. Take your time with this material. A lot of people will try and work a bit too fast and then they get themselves stuck. So just really take your time. Any recesses, so I'm using the palm of my hand to just nice and gently, evenly stretch it into these. So it's all about just glassing the material out as nice as you can. Prior to squeezing it all the way down, I'm going to pick this material up a little bit and I'm going to add a little bit of tension towards this corner, but I need to be very mindful to not stretch it past the corner. I'm stretching just to the corner. I'm just going to get my finger roughly where the corner is. So a little bit of tension to the corner, not past it. And this creates what I call a bowl that hooks on the back of the corner. Most people would stretch it past it, which can then cause adhesive issues because you're putting adhesive under tension, whereas this way, the adhesive on the back of the corner isn't under any stress. So I'm now going to cut right on the back edge of this bonnet. Because I've added that tension just to it, not past it, I know I can cut just on this edge and be safe. And then do what I like to call a butterfly cut. So we're cutting it just slightly bigger all the way around. So this is the main difference between dry apply and wet apply, is you can get full coverage corners straight away.
Use water, ionized water with some slip tack solution for like if you want for people who prefer to do it with installation. So you can do it both ways with the installation.
Once we've got that corner finished so everyone can see how you can finish it. So we don't need to cut it, we don't need to fold it, we can get that material to go fully round and hold for the long term and it will look just like it's painted.
Being painted. So could you guys want to see here, you just finalize the corner.
You can torch the corners if you want to. Obviously torching is very risky, you can burn plastics, you can burn the paintwork. If you're confident with it, yes, you can put a squeegee behind it just to protect anything behind it. Or an alternative is you can get, so there are tools out there now which is kind of like a soldering iron, if anyone knows what that is. So it's like a heated stick, a metal stick you heat up and then you just touch it on the corner to melt the corner. It's a lot safer.